That's why I can relate these two books together. It's because it's about a stupid man. It's about a stupid masculine trying to control female narration. Period. Surprise, bitches. This is my another corner of podcast. I have 2 corner of podcast now. So basically, I was just reading books and I thought like, I want to say something about what the fuck. I mean, like, if I post it on Self-Mastery Mind, everything is interconnected. But if I post this one in Self-Mastery Mind, it's gonna be a little bit different concept. So I guess it's just gonna be very random and it's just gonna be something that people don't talk about. And I'm gonna bring it up here in this podcast, in this corner. So guess what I'm going to talk about? I'm gonna do a book review and it's gonna be a bit contradictory. When people do book review, they do like one book and start talking. But bitch, no, I'm going to review 2 books at once. I'm gonna do it my way. So I think if I posting, it's gonna be mirrored video, so I'm just gonna replace it. I'm going to do book review about these 2. So basically, why I brought up these 2 different books for a review in my video. What do I get to say about these 2 contradicted book? Honey, listen. When I read this, I've read this book by the way, but actually, to be honest, I haven't finished this book yet, but I have this much to leave. But when I was reading this book, which is like a few minutes ago, while I was reading this book, I'm like, I love her personality. Something about her, like something about the narration, I can relate to her. She is genuine and she is fighting for something. Okay, so basically, let me go ahead and explain this one first, okay? So when I read this book, first 40 page, I remember I took photo at page 40 and I wanted, or maybe I even posted on my thread saying that I can relate so much to her dad because it begins with the story of her dad. So it begins with her dad was fighting to provide education for girls because now that he has a daughter and he is stuck in a place where the authority won't let girls to take education. They wanna avoid it so much because, you know, I mean, like, if you send boys to school, they're trying to feed boys with all these religion thing and you have to fight for the country, all that shit, like military shit like that. But then there's a name to it, like patriotic value. They were trying hard to instill patriotic and religion-based value in these boys. But the thing is, if you bring in girls, like according to fucked up men, according to conservative men, especially like Malala, she is from Pakistan. There's a name to her town, but I can't remember. I only can remember. It starts with M, but yes. In Swat state. So basically, they don't want it. They do not want to let girls take education. But her father going to fight it because what the fuck, now that I have a daughter and you're gonna tell me that, first and foremost, her father's intention was to encourage education in general. But the moment he got a daughter, he was like, I gotta fight for my daughter. I gotta fight for my daughter now. So that was his journey. It starts there. It's like, you are not gonna tell me that my daughter cannot take education, period. And he worked hard. He opened his own school and then the struggles and whatsoever. So I pretty much can relate to the dad fights for justice for a moment until I can't remember if it's page 40 onwards or maybe page 100 onwards, but until Malala take a step and fight together with her dad, and now Malala is the one. I mean, like, she is the one who, she went from daughter of her father into the father is father to Malala. It goes like that. Like now she's the one who's leading the journey. She's the one who dictates the fate of everything. Because the spotlight is on her. Like everyone knows her. Like she started doing public speaking. She started talking. She had the opportunity to do an interview with New York Straits, if not mistaken. And that's when people found her. That's when she got the spotlight, and that's when something happened to her. But I'm not going to tell you the whole book review over here. I'm just going to tell you the similarity that I found from this book and this book, oh my goodness, and myself, that the reason why I can relate to it. First, I'm going to, like, this is universe working. This is universe trying to give me the synchronicity, trying to send me the coincidence. Like, babe, what about read that book? I literally was just like, I need to read books because I spent a lot of times on my phone. I spent a lot of time on devices, so I need to read book, like physical book. So I went to my room, browsed through my sister's shelves, and I saw this book, and I'm like, oh my god, my sister has this book all this while, and then I start reading it. When I read it, I'm super shook because, oh my god, what in a coincidence? Because to be honest, I don't believe in coincidence. I believe everything is synchronicity. Everything is the pattern from universe. It's like leading you towards your journey, right? So when I read this book, I'm like, oh my goodness, I love it because she's fighting for education. Like she's fighting for people's right. That's the key over here. We're trying to bring truth. And the fact that she was stuck in a state where the authorities are so ignorant. Like the authorities are trying to shape people's, like authorities trying to, like, they even run a radio, like they do a radio every day, like where this one guy keep talking about you cannot wear like this, you should wear like that, you cannot do this behavior is shameful and whatsoever. But it's just a fucked up narrative. Basically, it's just an ignorant narrative, like some propaganda trying to scare people about some behaviors and whatsoever, and trying to shape a person in a certain way, trying to shape their people into a certain way. So it's like if you cannot think of it, like if you cannot think properly, and you feel like, it's like, I'm sorry babe, but I'm going to give an example. Like her mother compared to herself and the father, they both are they both are on the brighter side, while the mother is more to like leaning towards the stereotypical people community. So basically, her mother was the one who would listen to the radio every day, and sometimes, like in the early days, she would agree to, it's not like she would agree to what he was saying, but she could relate to what he's saying, and then she would even find it funny, like entertaining. But her and the father literally couldn't comprehend, like, what are you doing? Like, what is this? This is not entertaining at all. This is like, anyways, the tone is not like that, my bad. But anyways, but over times, they learn like how fucked up these people are, the authorities are. So it's not funny anymore. The radio is not funny anymore. And you can see now they're actually trying to shape people into a certain way, like some fucked up way. Like, what are you trying to do? They're trying to treat people, they're trying to mold people into something like, as in like human don't have brain. You cannot treat people like that, because everyone have individual brain. Like everyone can think, and everyone should be growing their brain capacity instead of being shut like that, like literally being switched off and go on autopilot. Let other people tell you what to do and how to dress up and what to all that shit. Like what is your motivation to live and whatsoever. Like, shouldn't be like that. So that was Malala's story. But basically, the similarity between these two is about woman. It's about girl. It's about female, feminine, the receiver. Okay, it's about the subconscious as well, the emotion, the feelings, what they felt when they were being oppressed. Me too. That's how I feel. That's why I start doing selfish content. It's because I just want to speak up how I feel towards whatever things going around. And to my disbelief, I swear to God, I'm like, why people just allow it to happen? My goodness. So when I read this book, I literally can finally, oh my God, I can relate to main characters, and they both speaks to me. Anyways, all right. But I swear to God, like, what is going on? Do people actually... I cannot say more because me, as a neurodivergent, sometimes not sometimes, but always, I have hard times to understand neurotypical and how they deal with things and whatsoever. But I am going to agree to disagree because we are on a different spectrums from one another. So I'm like, however you think, I believe that no matter how typical you are, I believe that everyone have a brain to think for themselves. So now, I don't think neurotypicals are dumb fucks. I just think you don't give much. You just lazy. You don't want to do homework. You don't want to do something that never be done before because you only want to follow a template. There's no fucking template. If you want to use your brain, there's no fucking template. You have to think for yourself, period. So basically, let me come to this book. Now, I hate it. This book triggers me when I read the first few pages. It's because I have heard story from this one girl being oppressed by a husband she married to. This book starts like that. This book starts about her ex-husband too, like the one who had been abusing her. Oh my God, why I relate this book to Malala is because the ex-husband mentality, the kind of ignorance that she has to put up with is the same ignorance that she has to put up with the authority. Basically, the husband, her ex-husband, Chuck, was the same man, but now make it Chuck times the authorities. Basically, the authorities are Chuck. The authorities are those idiots. Do you understand now? It's like the scale is like this is authorities and this is just one husband. One ex-husband. But can you imagine, like, when I read this book, it's just one person and it already triggered me so much. Like, it's already like, it already makes me mad. Imagine this is one person. Honey, if this is just one person, one individual who's not even in authority, but this book is the same Chuck times hundreds, whatever, but every authority figure in this story, it's not like every authority figure, but basically like the first two, I can't really remember. I read this book few weeks ago already, but the thing is, I'm saying that now it's the same stupid mindset, but it's now adapted. Is now a leader. In her story, that stupid guy is just a husband, but it's already just his one presence, his one existence is already a lot of trouble to things. Now imagine he is the authority, he's in charge for the authority, he has people under him that listen to him and allow whatever his stupid mind want to do, and these people make it happen. Like, that's stupid, right? That's why I can relate these two books together. It's because it's about a stupid man. It's about a stupid masculine trying to control female narration. Period. It's about that. So I'm like, why? Oh my God, that's gonna be the title. Excuse me? Now, hold a second. I need a man, a real man to come through. I need a real man to come through. Oh my God. I need my beauty as well. So anyways, I need a real man to come through and show to me that no, just no. This kind of stupid man is outdated. They're over. Their era is over. Please let me know that, no, I was wrong. I'm wrong to think that this man still exists, because this kind of man no longer exists. Please prove me that. If not, you're gonna have me. If not, no. Actually, I believe that better man is out there. I believe that brighter man is out there. And this kind of stupidity, I'm sorry, not the girls, okay? The ex-husband and the authority in SWAT state. Those kind of ignorance behavior, those kind of ignorance mindset, those kind of shenanigans is over. Men who practice those kind of shenanigans is over. It no longer exists in this world. Even if it exists, it better be 10%. But to be honest, let me tell you something. That was me being delusional, because, honey. Anyways. So please let me know that I still have hope in this world. But I know I have hope in this world. Shut up. I don't need you to let me know that. I know there's brighter men out there. Period. If there's brighter girl out here, hello, it's already me, it's already Malala, it's already her, and it's gonna be more that I'm going to read books later. Can you believe it? Okay, honey. When I got this book, I have a video of me when I got this book from this collection. Basically, it's not like collection, but it's actually like I want to see my friend, and she has a private library, and then she need to move out something. She wants to clear up her library, so she's giving away books. So when I got through, I'm like, she told me like, oh, I have a spicy collection if you want, and then I'm like, I love it because bitch, hello. So she gave me all this spicy collection in a red cage, so it's like, you know what I'm saying, it's like trying to tame the wilderness. So who would have thought one of the book is trying to speak to me, or maybe more, because actually I tried to read, I've read 2 from the collection. I don't really read books like every day, so when I read books, it's not just one book. I have a lot of books, so I'm like trying to pick a point, like see, what do I read today, and who knows, one of the books is speaking to me about fighting for justice, fighting for women's rights. I love my books, and I love me too. Last night, I just watched Wish from Disney film. I love it. I'm happy. I feel like the synchronicity keep happening, like the deja vus keep happening in my life. Can you believe it? It's like if I'm going to do a book suggestion, and then I put these like in one photo, in one TikTok. This is what I'm used to. Basically, I went on TikTok and I saw like spiritual book suggestion, and then she put photos of these books, like book recommendation, and then you swipe, like in one category is gonna be like spiritual books, and then how interesting is that? I'm going to do like a book suggestion, and then I put Malala and I put her, and people gonna think like, if I don't put title on it, people gonna think like, what the fuck is going on, like what is she on about? Hello, I'm on to female, I'm on to women fighting for our right, females right, female fighting for females right. We're not gonna do family stupid shit anymore. This is the truth. This is the truth. Reality. Okay? She is coming from conservative background, and this girl is coming from Hollywood background, from reality background, from fame, from sex. You know what I'm saying? It's all about life, basically. This is the truth about underprivileged community, and then this is the truth about glamorous life, basically. I love my life, and I love all the resources that I have around me, and I'm so blessed and abundance kind of person. I have this, oh my god, What do you expect me to say anymore? I think I'm going to finish reading this book, but basically, like, can you believe it? To be honest, I myself can't believe it. If I'm to pick this book based on the title, I would never thought that I'm going to read a book about life. I'm going to read a book about female fighting for her justice. But let me read the summary and see. Because one thing about me, I judge book by its cover, but also at the same time, I pick book by its cover, but not judging it thoroughly. Like literally, like when I read this book, it literally says like the incredible story of Deep Truth tells all. I actually missed this sentence. I actually just read this and I saw her boobies. I'm like, oh, she's so beautiful. I mean, she's so beautiful. I love her body. Female body is a work of art. Also, human body in general is a work of art. Even animals' body is a work of art. But basically, actually, I read the summary when I saw this book half an hour ago, if not mistaken. But one thing, let me just like give you a brief trivia, whatever. So it was Leo full moon last night, or maybe like 2 days ago, a day after yesterday, if not mistaken. So basically, I was feeling myself. Like, I'm a Scorpio 5 house. 5 house is basically Leo. So I'm like feeling myself and whatsoever. I'm not sure if it's the full moon energy or it's the other energy that I am not aware of. But basically, I was feeling myself and I'm like, I want to read book because I've been spending so much time on technologies because I'm trying to reduce screen time. So I'm like, let me just go find physical book. Also, I need to improve my English. So I'm like, okay, let me just pick one book. But then like I browse through my other book. To be honest, I have so much sexual book collection. So I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Yesterday I'm already like so feeling myself. So I'm like, let me not trying to do it again because that was me trying to run away from my own sexuality. Because I mean, like, let's do something like maybe I can find books about spirituality books, or maybe I can find books about science, because I do actually. Other than these books, I'm also reading book about electricity origin. Not so about the origin of electricity, but basically like electricity in our body. So I was thinking that maybe I can find this kind of books in my shelves. I'm not reading that book because that book is on iPad. I want to reduce screen time, so I'm looking for a physical book. So I was browsing the shelves and I'm like, oh, I cannot find any physical books that can give me anything. And then, because on my shelves, I have this one small corner where I keep all my spicy collection. When I browse through it, I'm like, let's see what kind of book that I have that I can read, and I search through, and then boop. It's because I keep the books like this. So I saw this. I mean, like from the color, I'm just like into like classic, something like that. But basically, I'm called by the cover, like by the graphic here. So I'm like, let's see the intimate diary. I mean, like, it's more fun to learn about people's experience because that's what I'm do. That's what I do on my story and selfish content stories. So basically, yeah, I'm going to learn about people's experience. It's interesting to learn about people's experience, to follow people's biography, to read people's biography. It's like it's the first hand for me, you see? So basically, I pick the book and I start reading. And I'm like, I was trying hard to judge her character because I don't want to waste my time. So if I caught any red flags, I'm going to not read the books. I'm not going to waste my time, to invest more time. But whole pages I go through, I'm like, interesting. I love this. She seems real. And then there was this one character when she was with Mr. Dynamite. She felt so tormented by her husband's presence, and she been trying so hard that she wanted to escape their marriage so bad. And basically, because it's not just her story, It's not my first experience. Her story is not my first experience knowing about this kind of stupid husband. I have heard somebody share this story before on the podcast. Basically, she was married to an abusive husband. So when I read her story, it reminds me of that abusive husband story. So I'm like, it's so disturbing. I fucking hate those kind of men. So I'm like, that shit's so disturbing. I hate it. I don't want to go on, but I keep going on because she's clever. She has this kind of realization, I would say, but the way she look at things is me. You know, she see through shit, basically. How she explain everything, she see through shit. She understand everything. She question everything. Like, why people would do these things but would shame this thing. You see, that's the kind of thing that I'm saying. She has this realization. She has this transparency where she see through things. That's what I like, and I keep reading. And when I keep reading, and then she thought that she met another guy who she thought she could seek help from him. But I mean, first few encounter with that guy, the first encounter basically is already giving red flag. That guy already giving red flags. But it's nice. It's nice how they put the narration. It's nice how they put the flow in this book, so that, you know, they're trying to tell a story about a character that's going to fail. I mean, to be honest, me being impatient person, I'm like, oh my god, finally she start to mention another guy, so hopefully, and then she start inflating this guy persona, inflating this guy values and whatsoever, like saying something like this guy has it all and this guy about to be the hero who going to save her from the fucked up marriage. But they really be inflating the guy, like really be gassing up the guy. So I'm like, okay, so, but the first encounter was a red flag already. And then anyways, but the tone, the narrative is not giving away that. So basically I continue reading, and then, oh my god, it's so fun to see this. It's so, it feels like it hit me when she see through that shit. She see through that shit. Because you see, one thing about females is about receiving, and female, feminine, one thing about our nature is when we are not yet activate our masculinity, we have this desire to be safe. When we're in trouble, when we're facing trouble and whatsoever, we have this desire to be safe by masculine, real masculine, like a strong guy, you know what I'm saying? The one who going to be very assertive about something, and the one who going to protect you and all that shit. We desire that. That's my case. That's my story. My whole, not really my whole life, but like my past time before I activate my source power, before I activate the source power within me, before I balance out my masculine and my femininity, I was a wounded feminine, right? I am already on my masculine side, but deep down, even though I make a living for myself, I pay for everything on my own, I take care of the bills on my own, I do everything on my own, I'm the one who feeding myself, I'm the one who took care of the bill. All the shit I've been juggling masculinity and femininity like that. So when I was in trouble, I was really hoping for a real masculine to come through and help me, protect me. It's not even when I'm in trouble. Sometimes when I'm like, so I felt sick and I'm like, I wish I have masculine around me. Like sometimes when I even, literally one thing about my house is we don't have water dispenser, so I had to get down. I live in an apartment, so I had to get down, go to the grocery store, which is, we don't have grocery store in the apartment residence, so I have to drive to anywhere to get the water, to buy the mineral water. And you know what I'm saying, like when you're sick, who the fuck gonna play with the the small bottle water. No, I always buy the big one. Every time when I have to take that, or maybe like if I go shopping for grocery, I hate it so much. Like deep down, I desire to have a masculine around me to do all that heavy job for me, like to take care of that for me. Because bitch, plus I was sick that time. It's because I need someone to do the heavy job for me when I cannot do it. But of course I did it because bitch, I already activated my masculine nitty at the time. So basically I went down to the grocery store and got that 2 big bottle of water because I'm sick. I'm not gonna go out anymore after this. So I basically like was super sick, and I dragged this from the car park to the elevator to get up and to go to my place. That was crazy hectic, basically. I was complaining so much on my Instagram story. Like I was confiding on my followers because you know what I'm saying? Like basically, yes. That's the thing, one thing. Another thing, when we go somewhere alone, you know what I'm saying? It's like I am independent, yes. I do have fear, especially around stupid men like this and the authority like that. Those stupid ignorance mindset people, those idiots are everywhere in this world. Basically, they dominate this world. Even people who run the world is this kind of person as well. So basically, when I go places on my own, it's because I cannot find the opposite version of this kind of ignorance. I cannot find the brighter one. I cannot find anyone who can match my energy, basically. That's why I would go travel alone. I go places alone. It's because I cannot find people to match this energy. Fuck. Everyone that I did, I was hoping for someone to take charge. I was hoping for someone to persuade me, to pursue me. I was hoping for someone to help me, like, make decisions with my life. Like, it's not that I want people to make decisions for my life, but it's like when I have choices, too many choices, and then like, you know what I'm saying? It's like female is more to like emotion, and then I was hoping to have this masculine side to come through with some strategy and whatsoever. Because masculine is using their head a lot, right? They can think better about world, how they want to construct world and whatsoever, the structure. So I was hoping to have this kind of figure in my life to help me through with my decision making, all that shit. But bitch, what? None of them can match my energy. I always got myself with idiots. Everywhere idiots. Almost everyone are idiots. Even the top-notch one, which is the recent one I dated, which is like, when was it? May 2023? Yeah. Even that guy, I mean, like, he was pretty dominant about everything he provided me. I mean, like, let's say about protecting me. I'm editing right now, and here's the update. Nope. He's bad at protecting me. Because I remember first night I met him at bar. So basically there's 2 sitting at the bar, and I sat here like these 2 sittings at the bar, and then I sat at these sides and I can see them, right? And then he sat in front of me. So he's basically sides facing them. He noticed they've been making noises and whatsoever, and then I feel uncomfortable, bitch. If I have like real men around me, bitch, I'm not gonna tell you if I have a real man. If I am the man there, I literally just going to like, are you not comfortable, bitch? Like, are you not comfortable? I'm going to like sit somewhere where I can make me feel protected, basically, yeah. And then also, when we left, like on our way out, like after he went pay and whatsoever, I just sat there alone, right? I just mind my own business. Of course, my masculinity is already activated, so I'm like protecting myself. Like I'm so ready to, right? And so then he came out, and then before we left, I don't remember how we started interacting with these people, but I swear to God, I don't like how he do it. He is like push over kind of energy. Like it's not like man up at all. It's like literally push over. Plus he's not that tall, so it's like But basically, he's not that manly enough to protect me. Period. I was literally all man up at the time. I was like, yeah, basically, I don't feel safe. And then because he was being nice to them, like, to be honest, I still see him as a pushover towards them. It's like, yeah, where are you from? Yeah, I'm from all that shit, right? And I feel so disgusted by this man in prison. Let me tell you another story. So basically, I've never had experience like being harassed or whatsoever by men, like physically harassed by men or whatsoever. But something about me, I think it's my past life. Something about me, I am so traumatic with man harassment, be it like energetically or vocally. Oh, I cannot even English anymore. Because I remember long time ago, I was like on my way because I have to cross a garden, a park next to my house to get to a tuition class, right? So there's a bunch of idiots, a bunch of ignorance, like hanging out at the park, like men, boys hanging out at the park, right? When I was crossing that park, they were making noises like like kept calling all that shit, right? And then like start leaving remarks and whatsoever. Like that shit scared the shit out of me. That shit makes me want to cry. I literally come back, I cried to my parents, I cried to my dad. I'm like, I hate it. Why the fuck you make me do it? Like I blame my parents for why the fuck you make me walk to tuition class, because the tuition class is closed and my parents are working. Anyways, I cried because I'm like, nobody was there to protect me. I was so mad at my parents because they let me go through that shit. I was so tormented mentally. Something about the energetically disturbing me. Yes, that same thing happened to me when I was traveling last time. Fucking hell, I fucking hate men. Like even when they try to talk to me, like, bitch, leave me in peace. I even feel so disgusted when I have male friends around. Like, bitch, I'm just trying to be friendly. For fuck's sakes, I'm just trying to be friendly. I'm just trying to be supportive to your career and whatsoever, because me being me, I'm trying to gas up people, and here comes this male friends have this wrong idea that, oh my god, she's so over me, she likes me, right? Ew! Don't you have mirror at your home? Like, no, bitch, I have taste and you're not my taste. If I like you, bitch, of course they don't know. But if I like someone, of course they don't know. They never experience it because I don't like them. What the fuck? If I like men, oh my god, I can only be friendly with you because I don't like you, you stupid bitch. If I like you, I might be like giving you side eye, or maybe like all the way shy, period. And also, I would be the masculine one who pursue you. I literally would let you know that I like you. I will let you know, like, hey, I like you. Like, I send a message, hey, I like you, all that shit. I don't have time to play games, you stupid bitch. If I like someone, I let them know that, hey, I like you. Let's go, let's see, let's meet. La la la, bitch. And obviously, I don't like this. Ew, I don't like y'all's friends, you stupid bitch. And now I don't want to be friends with you anymore. Now, fuck that. Ew, I don't even want to talk with this kind of people, but bitch. But yeah, he was there, he provided me everything whatsoever. But he has one issue. He felt insecure about me. It's because my independence makes him feel insecure about himself. My independence triggered him. I swear to God, I'm not going to date anyone until I can find the match. The one who can match me, bitch. Match my spirit, match my energy. First and foremost, this kind of man in these stories can go fuck themselves. Like, bitch, bruh, you don't even exist in my world, bitch. If you even like try, I have this kind of stupid man trying to make a cameo in my life. Like, fuck elf, bitch, you don't even exist in my world. Go do your shit out there. Like, get the fuck away from me, stupid bitch. Anyways, So I guess until then, let me be the masculine in my world. Fucking hell. Is it so hard to get to? Why is it so hard? Okay, let me come back to the book review. Oh my goodness. Okay, this part, when she was telling story about Mr. Dynamite, let me just reveal shit. Anyways, if you're interested, you can read it. Anyways, I'm still gonna give you spoiler alert. When she tells story about Mr. Dynamite, I thought like that first part gave away the red flag, because anyways, she explained how it was a red flag to begin with. So basically, Mr. Dynamite won't fight for her, won't protect her, won't be there for her. Mr. Dynamite want her. She's already married, right? So basically, Mr. Dynamite told her, like, I hope one day when you're no longer together with Chuck, which is the ex-husband, you will come find me. Hey, fucker, if you want her so bad, if you're so masculine, bitch, you better. Oh wow. I just upgrade my OS, so it's like, what the fuck? If I do this, like, whatever, it's so confusing. Anyways, so that's basically what happened. Mr. Dynamite won't take charge. Ew. Even her, can you imagine how strong she is? How strong I am and how strong Malala is, to the point that we decided to take matter to our hands. I'm always confused about this sentence and how to use this phrase, but basically, like, we take matter to our hands. Take matter to our hands. I need to search this later. But basically, we take charge. Because, bitch, I've been waiting for someone to take charge, but no one's capable to do that. So guess who gonna take charge now? Me. Guess who gonna take charge now? Her. Guess who gonna take charge now? Her. You know, that's basically universe trying to tell you that we all have the power inside us. Okay, I am not the one who going to represent boy, like how the boy going to take charge when they missing a feminine figure around them. So I hope I can meet a person who can speak about this, because I am representing my woman, basically. This beautiful and strong lady is that. And I can relate to my mom too, because my mom is a strong person. It's just that she is not smart enough like me and these two lady. Yeah, that's basically it. So that's what she said. She has to step up and take charge. I learned from her story that she was just being, and her ex-husband can see in her that her ex-husband was so afraid of her independency that he would do the most to let her know that, oh, you're dumb. Keep telling her she's dumb every day, like keep trying to reprogram her and trying to make she feel inferior just trying to make she feel inferior to point that she don't dare to run away from him. She, like, to the point she don't have the will, she don't have the hope, she's not being hopeful about leaving him. It's like, you know, I can relate this story again, her ex-husband story again, to the story of someone who got married to an abusive husband. This narcissistic man would program them, like keep telling them the same shit every day, like keep making them feel small, to point now it's not her story. I think for her story, she was a bit confused, and she said, like, if you have those kind of men, if you have this kind of man keep telling you every day, keep brainwashing you every day that you're not worthy, and you're ugly, all that shit, right? It will affect you for sure, but not her. I mean, it affected her, but she still have her right mind to push it away, like to question it back, like it's not true, right? something like that. It's not true. Like, she still have her self-worth. I love her. Anyways, but it's different for certain people, for sure. It's different from the story I heard before, for sure, because it all depends on our individuality, our individual brain capacity, if we are capable to question it or not. Anyways, even though the old story that I heard about being married to the abusive husband, being married to a narcissistic guy, even though her story began with she let it get to her, nah, she still have that strength to run away, to get away from him. She made it. She made it out of that marriage, even though it was a whole struggle. Oh my goodness. I mean, like, she's American and this girl is American too, and I guess, shit, I want to blame on American, like how fucked up the justice system is, but also Pakistani have a fucked up authority as well. So I believe my country have fucked up. We all basically fucked up. It's gonna be a 1 hour video of just me ranting. So hope you enjoy and use your brain, grow your brain, and let's all be brighter. Let's all be brighter and handle things brightly. Like, first and foremost, all that you need in general, in conclusion, all that we need is the self-will to help ourselves, okay? Whatever that don't feel right to us, bitch, we better stand up and fight for our rights. Stand up for it.